Hello folks, fellow YouTubers and friends. We're drilling the 3/16 inch diameter holes, one in the center for each magnet's going. And then when we get all of those drilled, we're going to come back with a 1/4 inch bit and just countersink the top. I discussed this in the last video. Okay, so here we go. The reason I'm making this video, I mean everybody out there has seen somebody drill a hole in a piece of steel, okay? That's not the point. The point is, I just bought me a new toy, and as soon as I drill this hole, I'm going to show it to you. Oh Lord, it's hooked. Alright. Anyway, put too much pressure on it, I guess. Alright, my new toy is the vise that's holding that piece of metal. Alright, let me back off the camera and show you my toy. There it is, right there. It's a cross vise. Turn this handle here, it moves the vise itself this way. Turn this handle right here and moves the vise that way. So therefore you get the metal right up underneath the drill bit. You don't have to be exact. You can get it really close and then lock it down and fine tune it with these 2 points right here. I like this vise. 60 bucks plus tax at Harbor Freight. Actually, for me, it's just a little bit too big for my drill press. I should have bought one size smaller, but I like to go big. Sorry about that, folks. I live in Texas. All right, that's enough. Okay, folks, there it is. I've got 3/16 holes drilled. 14 of them all the way around, evenly spaced, as even as I could get anyway. And now we're going to put it back in the vise and the drill press, and we're going to wallow the tops of these holes out. We're going to countersink them with a 1/4 inch bit, just a little bit, like I said, so the epoxy will have like a rivet or bolt head, and it'll supposedly, I hope, give it a little bit more strength on the epoxy. All right. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see that very well, but got all the holes countersunk. Now in drilling them, you got little burrs out here. I'm going to put it on in the bench vise and take a wire brush, a really coarse wire brush, and kind of like smooth that out just a tiny little bit. Okay, well, we're on our way. Okay folks, I said we were going to take a wire brush and hit these burrs in here. But just happened to remember that I have this special sanding disc. It's like little layers of sandpaper or memory cloth all the way around. And it's layered in such a manner that as the blade turns, they overlap one another. And well, the wire brush, all it would do is grab the burrs and bend them back and forth until they broke off. But with this, it'll actually sand the metal off. It works a little bit better. But we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, it works a lot better than the wire brush. Now the one thing about the grinder and the sandpaper, if I concentrate on the center, if it does dig it out just a little bit, it's not going to hurt us at all. The only thing I don't want to do is I don't want to dig out here, okay? Because right now our fan housing fits in there absolutely perfect. All right, I'm going to turn this over off camera and finish up the other side. And while I'm at it, I might as well go ahead and touch these up. They got a little bit of a burr on them too. Okay, all right. We'll do next video. Hopefully, we'll be cutting the housings of the fan itself. Okay, folks. One of my videos, I think it was the last one I made, said I was going to have to scribe the housing 3/8 of an inch around so I could cut it. And I told you I was going to show you how I make a scribe. A lot of people make them differently. Unfortunately, I don't have a scrap piece of stainless laying around, which I would prefer. Stainless is harder and scribes a little bit better, but a piece of galvanized will work. You just might have to scratch it a little bit more often. Now, first of all, I want 3/8 of an inch. So, Consequently, I want to mark this thing at a 1/2 inch or better, and I'll explain to you why in just a minute. Okay, so what I want to do is, whoops, my glasses. I want to cut straight up on that mark. Now that's more than the 3/8 that I want. But then if I come all the way out to the corner, I'm at more than 3/8, and there's a reason for that. I'll show you in just a second. You cut on a little bit of an angle, and as you cut, form a curve. Alright, take your rubber mallet, pound it out straight. Now, the reason for cutting it more than the 3/8 is you put it back on here and mark it at 3/8, which is right there. Okay? Now, this does two things. Number one, it makes sure that you're at exactly 3/8, and number two, when you cut it right there, what that does is that makes this down further, so that when you put it on your piece, you have something to go to. And then you just work it back and forth and scribe it. And if you can see that, you just, all you're doing is scratching the paint. Okay? And it gives you a perfect line all the way around. There it is. 3/8 of an inch all the way around. You can't even see a starting and stopping point. Okay, both of them are already done, so now I'm going to put them in the vise and get out the portaband saw and see what I can do about cutting them. Hopefully as straight as I can. Alright, there we go. Okay folks, when you cut your ceiling fan down, the housing, cut it about halfway around, pretty close, and then cut through one side. That way you can bend this out of the way, because if you don't, when you put this in the vise, you'll have a gap and it'll close up and it'll want to twist on you. So when you get about halfway around, cut this off, or cut it, you know, through there, and that way you can bend it up out of the way, and then go ahead and put this portion right here in the vise, and that way you don't have a gap in it. Okay? There we go. Okay, there it is folks. All done, cut, and as you can see I beveled the edge just a hair just to make sure it would go in okay. So let's check it out. There it is. Nice snug fit. Okay, doke. I'm gonna do the other one offline, and I got the 3/4 by 3/4 by 3/8 magnets in Saturday. I wasn't here. Took my boys and my wife out to the country club for the weekend so we could do some swimming in the indoor water park, and we played some tennis and putt golf and that kind of stuff. Anyway, y'all don't need to hear that. But anyway, I'm back, and it's Tuesday. Oh Lord, I can't remember the date. November to something or other. But I'll put it in another video. Anyway, it's 4:30 p.m. Alright, catch you later. We'll get them out. Okay, I said I like to note the time, date, and so forth of every video I do to document exactly when I did it. And today is, I went in the office and checked. It's November the 5th. Well, it took me a little time to go in there. So right now it's about 6 minutes after 5 p.m. Dallas, Texas time. November the 5th, 2013. Okie doke. Here we go.